How do I know if my oil pressure sensor is bad? If you are wondering how to tell if your oil pressure sensor is not functioning properly, you are in the right place. The oil pressure sensor plays a key role in monitoring your boat engine's oil pressure. It sends this information to the gauge or warning light on your dashboard. When this sensor goes bad, it can lead to inaccurate readings or warning signals, which can be confusing. One of the first signs that your oil pressure sensor may be faulty is erratic oil pressure readings. If you notice that the oil pressure gauge on your dashboard jumps around wildly, this is a strong indication of a problem. For example, if the gauge fluctuates from high to low or low to high without any change in engine speed, that is not normal. Another sign to watch for is the behavior of the oil pressure warning light. If this light turns on and off randomly, it could mean the sensor is malfunctioning. You might see the light activate even when the oil level is correct and the engine is running smoothly. This random activation suggests the sensor is sending false signals, which can be alarming. In some cases, a bad oil pressure sensor can affect your engine's performance. The engine control system may enter a limp mode to protect the engine. This happens when the system misinterprets faulty readings as low oil pressure, triggering safety protocols that reduce performance. To confirm if the sensor is indeed the issue, you can physically test it using a multimeter. A typical oil pressure sensor should show a steady resistance reading, around 140 ohms, when no oil pressure is applied. If you see fluctuating or inconsistent values, that indicates the sensor is likely defective. Before rushing to replace the sensor, always check the actual oil level and condition. If the oil is at the proper level and appears clean, but the sensor still reports low or erratic pressure, the sensor itself is likely the problem. The oil pressure sensor is usually located on the lower side of the engine block, making it accessible for replacement. Replacing it is generally straightforward and requires basic tools like an open-ended wrench or pliers. This maintenance task is often affordable compared to potential engine repairs that could arise from ignoring sensor issues. If you notice erratic gauge behavior, random warning light activation, and inconsistent sensor readings, it is a clear sign that the oil pressure sensor needs to be replaced. Taking care of this issue will ensure accurate monitoring and help protect your engine.